Hey everyone, it's Crypto Chill Bear and it's May 20 of 2024. So let's look into the markets today. We're starting off with the DXY. Look at, let me see, where's the DXY at? Oh, I'm in the wrong chart. 1 second. So yeah, so we look at the DXY here on the, let's start off on the daily. No, let's just start off on the weekly. Weekly, we're looking pretty much weak, right? Which again, good for risk on assets such as Bitcoin, um, stocks, all these like meme plays, all that stuff, right? So hopefully, long term, meaning like the next short term, meaning like the next, 6 to 8 months, I see the DXY hopefully collapsing back down to like 102, maybe to the 99 level. So we'll see, but in the short term, doesn't look the strongest, right? It still has we're probably grinding here. So let's see, probably about a month or two of weakness coming up for the dollar, which is great, right? This is why you're seeing Bitcoin bounce. We have FOMC meeting this week, so again, up to the damn Federal Reserve again to see what the hell is going on. So CPI was not so hot, so it's pretty much met expectations. So it should be a nothing burger, to be honest. Of OMC, I'm just so effing tired of like having to look at Powell's boring ass speech every freaking month. But it is what it is, and you have to pay attention right now because if you don't, then you're gonna be on the wrong side of the trade, or there's a lot of systematic risks you have to account for, especially geopolitical, all this BS. So short term again, good for risk on assets. Bitcoin's looking incredibly bullish. Again, like I said, since last month, we need to hold 59K, right? We held 59, 60, 59 and 60K. We did them down towards 57, but that was the last defense, was 57. If we were out of 57, we're F, right? Bull runs over, we're going to a bear market. So you saw that as wick in a monthly, right? That wick, just like, give me 1 second, 3 day right here, 56. We went to like 56.5, and it was just a quick wick, and we went up, up. So if you look at the month, let's start 2 month, 2 month, boom, we just got our first bar here, yellow bar or green. I don't know, I'm colorblind. So this means it's a tremendous upside the next couple of months. So if you haven't gone long, you can still get long here. But I made all my purchases in the last 2 years. I'm not really buying anything much right now besides Ethereum. Right, Bitcoin already has made its move. You might get a 2x, which to a lot of people is cool, but I'm looking for a 10x. And so if you look at the 3 week, you know, 1 week, so the 1 week is falling, curling up. 3 week, it's kind of looking bearish, but if you kind of look more and more insight into the lower time frames, especially the weekly, it's curling back up, right? So my targets are basically anywhere between 90 to 120K this bull run. For Bitcoin, anything above that is just basically free money or basically just bonus for me. But I am willing to sell the majority of my crypto positions at around over 100K. I've been in this space for almost 7 years. I've yet to take any profits in terms of, you know, to fiat. So we'll see, I think finally I'm gonna be able to kind of cash some of this out. But again, great move right now. What is this from? It's just months of consolidation, right? Since March, since the peak over here in mid March, and then we had another stab at peak in like early April. We've just been chopping, right? From 70 to 56, and now we're finally breaking, right? Which is incredibly bullish. And so if you look at the 1 day, we just need to break above 67. I mean, we already broke above 67. We're already 68. Next level is basically 70 plus. We break 74. We're going to hit to levels we haven't seen since the dawn of Bitcoin, right? So the last few months were incredibly boring. I haven't really traded much, but now it's the time to kind of put your helmet on, risk on mode. Let's go, right? If you look at coin, you know, let's see, 2 week, 1 week. Coin is basically really, follows Bitcoin a lot, right? Might be a better play since I could kind of get more upside, but it's already kind of made the majority's move from 70 to let's say 280. So it could, again, kind of like Bitcoin could 2x, go to 400. Yeah. A lot of people, that's life changing money. To me, not really. I don't really. Although, to be honest, 2x is good for me at this point, but I'm willing to go for the 4x's, right? So you're asking, okay, dude, give me the bullshit rundown. What are the 5 to 10x's? So right now, what I'm kind of looking at, of course, is AVAX, Chainlink, and just keeping it pretty much easy, right? So if you look at Chainlink on the 3 week, let's start off on the 2 month, right? 2 month, that's not too much data. On 1 month, it's basically here. Let me see where we're at. November 2020. You see this from November 2020, right? We went from $6 to 50. What is that? That's a 8 to 9x, right? So here when we get a 5x, let's say we get 5x, 16 times 5, that's basically $90 Chainlink, right? Which is pretty absurd. And that basically would, for all the Link Marines out there, would basically take us to levels we haven't seen ever. Actually, no, it's $80. Yeah, $80. $80 Chainlink. That's my targets, basically anywhere between 80 to 175. First profit target at $40. Just because I know $36 to $40 was a huge level for Chainlink. So that's basically like a almost 2 to 3x from here for Chainlink. Another good play is Ondo. Ondo is one of the newer coins out there in crypto. So from here, we'd have to look at the 12-hour, let's say 5-day. 5 days curling up, 4-day too, 3-day as well. So especially with the RDOA plays from BlackRock, it's looking like a huge play for the RWA space. So we look at Chainlink. Let's look at Solana, which is like the hype coin right now. If you're able to buy this step at 122, which I kind of wanted to, but it already made its run, right? You're kind of buying more close to the top more than the bottom. Although on the 1 week, right, this could hit $200 to $400, $300 to $400. Again, just a 2x. But it's one of the basically the beta play to Ethereum, because it's only worth about $80 billion versus Ethereum's worth almost $300 billion. So there's a huge kind of, it's basically the number 3 coin right now in crypto. So yeah, Solana's looking good. I have no exposure to Solana. Again, I could have had exposure last year when it went to like $10, but it's during the FTX scandal, right? It actually went to like $8.79. Which is pretty absurd. Actually, $7, and then had this huge wick up to 25, and now it's basically, it would have been an 18x already. Which, if I would have just put that instead of Chainlink, I would have retired already. But it is what it is. Another good play right now is Tau, just because it's a huge AI play. Again, this ran already from like $50. I remember it was like $50. So I was getting in at 100. Thought it already ran up. Went to 600. So now it's 394. This could actually go 10x. It's no exposure right now. I'm looking to get in. I should have got in when it was at 322, but it was just a shit show in crypto that all these kind of stocks, all these crypto coins with lower valuations were just getting demolished. And then also the tokenomics are not that great for Tau. So at this point, I'm just sticking with safety bets. My capital size is too big to kind of go into more riskier assets. That's I'm sticking mostly with Chainlink, Ethereum, AVAX. There's other meme coins like Hemio, right? Hemio's looking great. It has probably one last push, but it needs to start pushing now, or else it's going to lose its support. So it can break down from 0.086, right? Matic's one that surprisingly hasn't moved. It has really good tech, but it's just been shitty. It is one of the darkest last bull cycle, right? So again, what is the call right now? So Bitcoin right now, thank God, is moving. It's finally moving upwards. We broke 67K. Next level 70K. From then on, I'm targeting 85 to 90K. And the last hurrah push 115 to 150K. So as John says, always be scaling. I haven't really take that to hard crypto just because it's so volatile. Your skills don't really make sense right now. Just because we're still probably about 50 to 75% within the bull run. That's why once Bitcoin hits 85 to 90, I am scaling off 50% out of my portfolio into stables or fiat and just taking risk off because this last push from March to April, I had 10x everything. And then it went down and I lost 40%, 50% of my portfolio. Definitely hurt just because the having narrative, all that stuff. But like I told John, everyone was gonna front run it, but they front ran it like a month before, which I was waiting for like 2 more weeks. And literally 1 to 2 weeks in crypto could have your portfolio up 40%. So this is not for the soft people out there who really want no risk. This is for the degens like me who have been in this space since 2016, 17. And this is basically the last time you're ever going to be able to make life changing gains in crypto because of regulations. You know, BlackRock's here, all the big boys are here. You're not going to make easy money anymore. It's not going to be like in the past. So the focus is now going to be on a new industry. We don't know what that new industry it might be. It might be AI or so forth, but this is your last chance to make life changing gains in crypto. Because if not, if you don't take advantage of this opportunity, this next bear market, it is really gonna fuck everyone over. And so I'm not willing to wait that long this time. So my first scale is gonna be 30%, 30%, 30%. So I know I said 50%, earn between 30 to 50% depending where my portfolio is at, 85K to 90K Bitcoin. Of course, alt season. Let's look at alt season right now. Is it alt season? Let's see. So basically, last time what happened in Jan, we had an alt season, almost an alt season 84. Right now we're at 41, so it's definitely not alt season. In terms of CBD BBI indicator, this basically tells us where we're at. Right, so last bull run 2021 we were at 96 97 confidence, right? Last time we were at 82. And I remember here March 12th, I should have taken some profits then because it was already rising over 80. So next time over 80, take just like 10% off. Right, so these scales are going to be super crucial, so you have to do a lot of metrics. Another good one is the crypto fear and greed index, right? Let's look at today. It's at 70, right? If you look at the 1 year, it was almost at, let's see, it all coincides with each other, right? You see CBI right here, March 14th, that was the top. It was at 88. 88, right? So fear and greed index, another great indicator. So again, like next couple weeks, I'm still calling a top by September 2024. Might be a midterm top. Who knows? It just depends on the elections too. So again, I'm becoming a little bit more risk averse the next couple weeks and months. I'm looking to take profits. No one knows where this space is gonna be, and like it's just like the wild wild west. So it's up to you guys to really see what you want to get from crypto, right? Because in the stock market is always going to be there, right? And this is why we have people like John and so forth to kind of give you guys that information. But in crypto, no one knows where it's going to be. So again, let's look at the Bitcoin dominance. We need Bitcoin dominance to really scale down for alts to run, right? So today you saw like a huge push and Bitcoin dominance is up 0.32%. Might not seem a lot, but it is because when Bitcoin goes up and rips, it takes a lot of liquidity out of the altcoins. And so, yeah, 5 day, 1 week. Let's look at the 1 week. It's looking a little bit more on the weaker side, but, I'm still expecting maybe it hits like 57 to 60 before it goes down to the 40s, right? Which always happens, right? If you look at the 2 week. last bear cycle, Bitcoin went down to 36, right? That's when like it was the last hurrah in December 2017. That was the first bull market experience. And then alts just ran. You talking about 100x's, 10x's, 50x's across the board. It didn't matter what you held. Everything went up. And so it went from 36, peaked here in December 2020, right? So we're kind of in the same time frame. It went all the way to 74%, right? So I'm thinking here we might peak at 60, right, before we go down again. And where do we go down towards to? Lower was at 39. I remember that. Yeah, it was January 2022. That way it happened the same way. Yeah, so basically when Bitcoin peaked in November of 2021, alt still ran in December and January, right? Not the alts that I had, and I remember like those peaked in November as well. So it just depends, right? So you have to look at the Bitcoin pairing. So if you look at AVAX BTC, its peak went to December, right? And I remember that Bitcoin had peaked in November, and then AVAX peaked here in Jan to December 2021 to 2022. Bottom here, right? So just to get into that same stance, it's basically like a 4x from here relative to Bitcoin. So I'm heavily exposed to altcoins. I rarely have any Bitcoin. I've always played my hands like that. I did own Bitcoin last bull run, but it was so boring. I switched out of it, went into Kusama. So yeah, let's hope Bitcoin sustains this run, reaches that 60% dominance, and let the altcoins run. Right, it's time for the damn altcoins, especially with Link. Look at Link BTC. It's just been chopping, consolidating for the last since April 2022. This is almost 2 years of consolidation. So with this, eventually it's gonna run, and it runs. It only takes a couple weeks. You see here, right? Bottom July 2018. In 2 years, it went from 300 almost a 50x relative to Bitcoin. So right now, even if it reaches its all-time high, it's basically 8x, almost an 8x or 7x. So you're telling me where my money's at is in the altcoins, just because the relative to Bitcoin, yeah, Bitcoin could 2x, but altcoins are gonna be able to do a 10, 20x on USD and basically a 10x, 5 to 10x versus the BTC, right? So that's what I'm following. Any questions, let me know. But that's it for this week. I'll try to upload a video on Friday, but that's it. Peace.